color palette, the tool I've ever used as a graphic designer, and of course a layout designer. This is very useful for motion designing and some of them. If you are curious how to create color palette for yourself, that's how we're going to talk about in this episode. Hello there, hope you are okay. In this video, we're going to show to you how to generate your very own color palette based on the images you have to select. So, let's do this thing. Hello there. So this is our brand new setup for today. Ouch. Anyway, it's okay. Anyway, in this video, we will show you step by step on how we can actually create your very own color palette based on the photos that you are going to use for something like that. Okay, so you need this app called Image Toolbox. So let's search for the Play Store. If you go into the Play Store, you will see that this Image Toolbox, this is very useful. No ads, no in-app purchases, just open source, free and open source software. So I'm using this for a long time. It's still very useful until this day because let's go and open up the Image Toolbox if you're wondering why. Okay, so as you may see on the edit page, we have a lot of features including the single edit, resize and convert, anything like that. Anyway, before I forgot, I just featured this app in Image Toolbox. I featured this since I was going to convert any PNG into ICO to create a custom Windows folder. So if you are wondering on that video, so I will leave the info card or in the description of the video. So there are a lot of features like converting, manipulating one event. So this is the only one image manipulation tool that you ever seen on the Play Store. And for some reason, I didn't see any ads still there. So yeah, this is free. We can actually use this. Okay. Alright, so to create your very own color palette, so you can actually create that image splitting, collage maker, and this is brand new AI tools. Yeah, I will really rid of these AI slabs. To create the colors, go to palette tools right there. So yeah, we have a lot of features. So yeah, we have two features. Generate palette, which we can now generate palette based on your images, or material use shades. So first we're going to show you for the generate palette option. So let's go ahead and click on the generate palette. Okay, first is to go into the photos that you want to use. So for example, we have to select this JPEG file I have here. So once you click on that, click on the pick button. As you may see that we have this photo, which is, I'll show you right in the preview. So this is our photo, and right there is the maximum of color count that can generate there, and you will see that these are actually the colors that actually generates so automatically. Yeah, like legit. This is so legit. Oh, legit. Anyway, this is one of the most, how do I do this? Okay. Alright, so you can actually set like one only. So yeah, there's only one. So until 128 ones, which is very cool. So we have, yeah, this is too many. Yeah. To use this in editing software, there's an export button on top of it. So click on that. Here we go. So at this moment, you can still add color if you want to, but this one I have used this. Okay, so you will see we have the edit palette, which is 124 colors. It might be accurate to the maximum color counts that we have selected, but it's okay. Okay, to use this in editing software like Krita, Affinity, Cavalry, or any popular Adobe softwares, there's one file that is actually so popular. So you have to select this ASE thing. So anyway, if you're wondering what is ASE, so well, ASE stands for Adobe Swatch Exchange file. So that's the very popular file format when it comes to color swatches. So give it a palette name. So for example, like alright. So here's our example. So all you do is just click on the save button. While clicking on the save button, it will go to the save dialog, which actually save as the files for Windows. So we can actually go to the documents folder, and here we have example 2026-5-3 and everything like that. So yeah, we can now click on the save button, and there we go. Yeah, so it now saves into this folder. So if you see on the file manager, so we can actually check first if anything is saved. So let's go to the storage, then go to documents. This is it. So this is the example and.ase file. So that's its Adobe Swatch Exchange file format. Okay, next up, oh, it stops working. Anyway, so now we'll grab here. So let's go into the second one, which is the material view. So let's click on that. Now we will go to pick another media once again, so which is nice. So let's click on this and click on the pick. So yeah, pick button, and you will see we have this actual code. So you will see. Okay, so this is the material view shades. So as you may see, this is the primary, the on-primary container, this secondary, the tertiary, and the error states, so which is the same as before. The inverse primary, surface variant, on surface, and anything. So you can see that we can copy this as Jetpack Compose code. Anyway, if you are developing apps and uses Jetpack Compose, you can actually use this feature. And by the way, you can actually turn this toggle, so which is we got dark mode variants and also the invert colors. So yeah. Also, you will see we have the contrast slider, so you can actually set the contrast based on your preferences. It's your choice. So this one is to dark. So yeah. Also, we have this palette style. So we have the tonus part, neutral, vibrant. So which is you have this, alright. Expressive, which you will see that it gets so variant. So yeah, that's the expressive. The rainbow colors, so you will see fruit salad, yeah, this one. Monochrome, which I am using to the UI state on my Samsung one. The fidelity, and then the content. Okay, so this time we didn't see any export here, so you need to see this and copy it if you want to. So yeah, but you can still use this for your layout designs, so which is cool because on material view we can now actually get photo. Get photo and then try to, and you'll see we have the edit button, which means we can actually change the colors if you want to. So but yeah, this is one of the most part why I'm doing this. So this red thing, yeah, this one, which is kind of cool. Alright, so yeah, that's how this thing looks like. So yeah, okay, so this is the first method, so which is the image toolbox. So what about on console and you are mimicking to actually use the command prompt? If you are using Node.js or even the C++ consoles, I will show you the second method. So let's go ahead. Alright, so yep, we're going to do in second method, so which is we have the second method, but this time is not any color palette from images anymore. So we have to generate the color palette based on your actual one of the favorite color palette that you have. So let's see what we got here. Alrighty, so we are learning C++ on top of the actual thing. I think it's for our subjects, so I'm trying to do some convert using, okay, so anyway, this one is actually AI because I'm trying to convert anything to C++ and C for the reference. So yeah, for reference only, because I have to know what type of library I'm actually using, so I can actually create one of that by using its libraries in C++. So that's how it looks like. So anyway, this one is called one of my favorite things. So this one is actually material free color frame, which I create by my own, something like that. So this is the actual application. So if you try to open that, you will see that material tree theme color generator, which I'm going to reference with AI to reverse engineer the actual material tree colors HCT color algorithm. So HCT stands for hue, chroma, and also tone. Okay, so enter a primary color hex or actual go to exit on this thing. So anyway, this one is actually A because it's coming from the JavaScript, and I tried to use with AI to convert anything to C++ before we proceed to this video. So anyway, for some reason we have to try using DFFF93. So if you try that, you will see that every primary, secondary, tertiary, also the neutral one, and everything like that. So even my JavaScript code is AI, since I was going to reverse engineer the hue, chroma, tone. So that's how it looks like. So you will see that this is actual. So anyway, this one will be inaccurate, but at least we got the final touch and very okay from the start. Okay, so what about the title designer's color palette before, which is FFA1A1. As you may see that, we got a variation of colors, which is nice. And then for the neutral and also the background, and we have also the 12-step color wheel, which is we have here. So select, it says select hex code and copy into clipboard. So we're just making it like that. Alrighty. Now we can now exit this. Alrighty. So for some reason, if you are using Node.js, so this one might be a good chance that I come from. So this one it comes from the JavaScript, and I have to make it a mimic there. Okay, so this one we have is the colorkit.js. So we have that. Also we have this common thing, and I'm not sure if it's still there because I didn't find anything anymore. So looks like I accidentally delete. Oh, this one. Alright, so colorkit m3.js. So it's actually AI because reverse engineering the actual M3 material tree engine is so hard. So that's why. But anyway, at least we didn't use AI for images, so we're getting rid of the AI slap for images. That's why. So we have to go ahead and try type node. Anyway, so if I type node here, it will work. But for sometimes if you type node and it didn't actually come with, it did actually put the command prompt out, That is because Node.js it's not installed on your computer, so you must install. And by the way, if you want to do this, like to run Node using the commands, be sure that you have Node.js installed, otherwise it will not work. Okay, so right now, since this is a fresh start of the Node.js CLI, we have to require the actual module first. So all you need to do is to type constant. So we have constant left, let, and also the var, which is the variable. For some reason, I will go to use constant. If you type constant, this will lock. Okay, so we will not be able to change another value from this. So yeah, because that is assignment to constant variable. So if you try to replace that, it will not be able to replace because it's locked, because it's constant. If you want to change that, you can use let. Okay, so for me, I have to stick with constant because it's permanent. So constant m3, so equals require, and then for some reason type the actual color kit m3.js, like that. Anyway, if we got errors, we can actually use var, which is the alternative for the let. So this one, be sure that it's now there. So if you try to enter that, so it doesn't actually find it, so cannot find the module. So we have to change that. So like this, be sure that the dot and slash are on this one. So if you type this symbol, that means it will go to its parent directory and actual JavaScript file. So if you try to run this, you'll see it says undefined. But if you don't see any errors like that, that means the actual module is now loaded successfully. So now we can do m3, and you will see we have this function. So we have generate color. So this only one generate color. So that's only one. Okay, so how we can use this right now. So all you should do is type m3, which is the variable that you put the module to require, and then dot generate color. So this one. Anyway, my best friend Kim has actually tried to to elaborate how to function this. It actually makes wrong because this one, this might be a good chance. So this one is m3, which is the variable, and also the generate color is the function. And if you type this, you'll see that it's a function. And as you may see, I got the error before I press enter. It says invalid hex color. So we have to type these variables, which is dfff93 and this one. So if there's a one variable, one parameter that I'll talk about later. Alrighty, so if we type that and press enter, you'll see every list of this. Yeah, we have maturity colors, we have primary tonals. It's up 31. So then my C++ one as only 12 different colors to choose from, but this one is actually 0 to 29. So yeah, it's 30 different variations and shades onto it, which is nice. Anyway, if you're wondering why I did list view instead of the grid view, I have to optimize this to mobile devices. So yes, on mobile devices, if you are running Termux and install the package of Node.js, you can actually use this. Yes, seriously, you can actually generate colors using your phone's console. If you have Termux installed, you can actually do this. So that's really big, nice looking run here. And also the color wheel still doesn't miss it, but this one we have the detail of the angles. So yeah, this one. Okay, what will happen if I try to type true on this? It will still generate with colors. Let's find out. So if I type the true, as you may see, instead of giving you the list of color palettes with colors on the background, it will give you the JSON array, which is this one. It's very useful if you want to get the array, and for the UI changes, I mean, you can actually do this in UI. So we can actually use this for, yeah, I would for some reason I have to change my actual, you know, so one of my modules in Sound Effects Studio app that uses this color engine, so we can actually do this. So yeah, you will see that it's if I type true on the second parameter, this will get this array instead of using this color that we've seen before, so which is nice. So anyway, this one also works in Electron. So if you're trying to, yeah, if you're using Electron, which is the web framework that actually used with VS Code, this code, even on my Sound Effects Studio app, Notion, Obsidian, which is cool, also other apps like GitHub Desktop, anything like that. So yeah, that's how we actually generate color using a console method. So yeah, that's good. Alright, so yeah, that's for this method too. Alright, so that's how we actually create color palette using the Image Toolbox app, the console like my C++ and JavaScript color tool. So if you want these tools that I mentioned, I will leave a link in the description for you to download, along with my C++ and JavaScript AI reference material tree color palette engine. So if you like this video, be sure to subscribe, like and share. So yeah, that's all for it, and see you in my next video. Peace.